FM 94. That was the high volume hair ballad for today on KFML. Well, we ran out of time yesterday talking to Mark Kendall of Great White, so I thought we'd pick it up today where we left off. So, was there meaning behind the new album, Full Circle, the name?
Yeah, well, at first we really didn't want to name it after a song and have it not mean a lot, just calling it after a song. That's so typical. And we just felt like, Michael Wagner had done our first EP out of the gate, our very first EP and our very first album, which was on EMI 30 years ago. And all these years rolled by, and we're back to him again. So we just felt like Full Circle made sense,
All right. I can dig it.
That's kind of how we came up with that, Full Circle. Now we're back to our very first producer, and all these years rolled by. Back when we did a record with him, he'd only done a Dokken demo record and Accept. And that's Accept is kind of what put him on the map, because they had a big song called Balls to the Wall, and they're kind of a big deal in Germany. So he had just come to America. He barely knew the language. He spoke in very broken English, and now 30 years later, he's like an icon. He's done about every band from our era.
Yeah,
just sold a crap ton of albums. So
very cool.
So pretty much all the bands from our era ran into Michael Wagner at one point or another. And he's a taskmaster. I mean, he's invented things. He has workshops from engineers from all over the world come to his workshops, and they all talk shop and talk about new miking techniques and new gear and stuff. So he's constantly working on his craft.
Yeah.
So it was great working with him, man.
Oh, that's perfect. So Full Circle's the album, and it's available.
Well, it's it's on all the download sites. You can go to Amazon and hear samples. It's going to be available on every download site you can imagine. I think it's like 35 stores. It's on iTunes, Amazon, Universal Music, Spotify. There's not a place you can't find it if you want to download it. It's going to be available on our website. Also, you can pre-order it May 21st, as well as online if you want to just download the songs. If you buy it off our website, in the package, it's accompanied with the making of DVD, which, like I said, we had that camera crew, Rockslide Media, filming the whole process. And, it's just a way for the fans to kind of see how we make records and, what it's like in the studio, the arguments. I mean, there's not a lot of fighting, but if there's ever any kind of miniature little spat or whatever, it's usually over a song. We're always fighting to make the song the best it can be. The song always wins in the long run. But that's the only time you really hear anything like that. But I just thought it would be fun for the fans to come in the studio and see how we write, watch the songs develop from a seed into the final thing, and just watch the process, because the fans really don't get to see a lot of behind the scenes. I really got the idea from being on the Monsters of Rock cruise, because it's the only time we can actually mingle with 4,000 fans on on these cruises. Usually it's a structured meet and greet. You get to meet 20 people, and they usher them through the line like a million miles an hour. You kind of scratch some on paper, and that's all they get. So I just thought this would be really cool for them to give them something extra and let them not only come backstage, but come into the studio,
Yeah.
And it really turned out well, the production of, the making of. Years ago, another reason how I got the idea, I saw this It was the making of Deep Purple's Machine Head. But it was done 25 years after the fact. They just talked about what happened. And I was just thinking, how cool would it be if they could watch it happen? You know what I mean? Literally in real time, watch us, writing the songs. And because we weren't totally, the songs weren't finished when we went into Wagner's studio. We had very little lyrics. The arrangements they were not carved in stone, So we kind of worked it out.
Yeah, that sounds cool. So you said you can get it on their website. Is there any vinyl pressings this time around?
Yeah, we're also going to make the pre-orders for the vinyl also on the 21st, so you can get vinyl as well. Okay,
super. Well, all right. So what's your website again, so people can go there and do all that?
Yeah, it's officialgreatwhite.com. It should be up in a couple days because, like I said, the pre-orders aren't going to be available anyways until the 21st.
Right.
So, if you go on the 21st, you can, purchase the record or whatever. And June 2nd is the release date.
June 2nd is the release date. Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
That's Full Circle from Great White, the first album since 2012's, what was it, Elation? And so very excited about that. We're going to play the first single, Big Time, here in just a second. And thanks so much for stopping by, my brother.
Hey, thank you. Nice talking to you, and hopefully if we play close enough to you, you can come down to a show.
Yeah, I believe I looked ahead, and September 9th, you're going to be at some huge rock fest in the it's central Minnesota, but I don't remember the name of the place. But I do know that because I talked to Sherry Elus about it too. Are you guys going to be able to maybe slip us some stuff to give away on air, you think?
Yeah, I'm sure. Just get a hold of Melissa. Do you got her contact?
I do. So just ask her.
Talk to her, and we'll definitely work something out with you.
All right, super fine. All right, thanks so much. That was the amazing Mark Kendall, Great White, FM 94 KFM.